My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I worked at IRS over a decade. Me and my M&M man gives you a thumbs up for listening. I want to talk to you today about the IRS National Standard. It is kind of a little dirty secret of IRS, and when you're negotiating an IRS tax debt, whether it's an offer in compromise or whether you have a payment agreement maybe pending, or whether you want to be put in hardship, you must understand the IRS National Standard Program. You must. You know, IRS had to put some sort of assurance that everyone was going to treat everyone the same way. When I worked at IRS, they left it up to our judgment what I thought was reasonable. That's what they did. What were reasonable expenses based on income? So if I figured someone had a $20,000 home and their mortgage payment was $8,000, it was okay. It was reasonable. IRS years later came along and says, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to go to the Department of Labor and we're going to find out in each county what it costs to live, and that's all we're going to give everybody to live on in that county. I keep my sheet right here. I'm in South Florida, so I have my sheet that I can't even see when I'm on camera. I don't know which way I'm leaning. It's always backwards. So I keep my sheet right here, and I actually know almost all the national standards almost everywhere now because I've dealt with so many cases. So you have to understand this, that wherever you live, you can Google irs.gov national standards for this. There's 3 areas of national standards for food and clothing. They're about $7.20 per person. They go down for each person. For housing and utilities, they go by every county and how many people live in that household, and they do that for transportation and how much your car payment can be. It's around $509 for the first car. In car operations, IRS is going to set a standard on you based on those expenses. Everything else is a dollar for dollar. For instance, your medical, your insurance, if you have a student loan, if you have your state and federal taxes, those are dollar for dollar. But the national standards usually shape how your case is going to come out. The most surprising area of all is IRS probably is not going to give you your standard for how you live. That is, if you have a mortgage or rent. In Fort Lauderdale here where I live, I know that I don't have a client that lives on $1,800 a month for housing, utilities, cable, electric, and everything. But according to the Department of Labor stats, that's what the average person lives on. I don't know where they come up with this. So before you go negotiating an IRS debt, whether it's for a hardship, a payment agreement, or an offer in compromise, look up the IRS national standards. What I suggest you do is get out a 433A financial statement. That's the A financial statement. When you look at the A, you're going to look at the right side of page 4 and you're going to see expenses. On one side, it's going to have your actual expenses. On the column next, it's what IRS allows for IRS use only. IRS is going to scratch your little stuff off and they're going to change them to the national standards. So beware, because it's going to change the outcome of your case completely. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Me and my M&M man. Thumbs up, baby.